Welcome to forever.
So today's video is going to be on shame. Shame isn't something that a lot of people really want to talk about, but I feel it's something that's important. So right now I want to talk about one of the moments that I was most ashamed of myself. So way back in second grade, I didn't have too many friends back then, except for one guy that I shared a bus stop with. So every day I would ride with this one guy. His name was Thomas, and he was an older kid. So if I was maybe 9 or 10, he was at least maybe 12. And honestly, I don't really remember what we would talk about. I just remember that I would draw a lot and he'd hype me up, and our conversations would go from there. So it was a cool friendship. But at the time, all the other kids on the bus were a bunch of little savages. And because Thomas was the only black kid on the bus and everyone else is Mexican, he'd often catch a lot of bullying. And at the time, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to fit in with the other kids. I didn't want to be alone, and I saw I could have one friend or I could have a whole bus of friends. And I got peer pressured into punching him on the bus stop. And so I did. Punched him on the nose. He started bleeding. And I just remember him looking back at me in shock and disappointment for what I'd just done. So the kids laughed and they moved on. And I thought I was gonna unlock a new kind of feeling of pride. Thought I was gonna feel cool, but I just felt like shit off right after. So I never really earned his forgiveness, but at least I was able to give him a kind gesture towards the end of our time knowing each other. One day, sometime after the event, the bus was in a car accident. Now, back then, phones weren't as prevalent as they are now, so no one on the bus had a phone. And eventually the bus driver was able to borrow a phone from somebody just off on the street, and the district was able to start notifying parents, and the parents were able to come pick up kids. And my mom found out through one of the other moms, and once my mom got over to the bus to come pick me up, I told her about Thomas. So she approached him, she asked him if he knew how to get back to his house, and he said yes. And so we gave him a ride back to his house. And I remember his grandfather answering the door, and he was just in shock because, I don't know, he hadn't seen Thomas come up at the time he was supposed to, and he was kind of out of the loop on what was going on. But we were able to bring him back to his house safely. And that was the end of that. Shortly after this event, my family would end up moving from Victorville, so that was the last time that I really remember being in contact with Thomas. But through all that time, I never really stopped thinking about the situation. And for a long time, I just kind of felt very guilty about it, and I never wanted to be violent again. But at the same time, I was just mad at myself for doing that. But over time, what I came to find out, I came to realize, is you can't really forgive yourself by just kind of thinking about the situation. You just kind of got to take action. So from then on, the way that I try to make up for that every single day is just by trying to be kind in whatever way I can. If an opportunity shows itself or appears for me to be able to take action and help someone, then I got to be able to do it with no hesitation. So through that, I'm able to say that I've forgiven myself. But that's just what it is. You can't really go on forever just kind of being stuck in your head about mistakes that you've made. You got to accept that they happened, and you got to figure out a way to move on from it. So don't go around punishing yourself. Instead, just find a way to, I don't know, make up for it. So in being able to help others, I've kind of made peace with that which happened back then. But like I said, shame really can eat you alive if you just kind of dwell on it for too long. So just spend a little bit of time reflecting on it and figure out a way to move past it through actions done for others, for the sole purpose of just helping others. Don't try to look for a way to benefit, just do it because it's the right thing to do. Anyways, that's all I have. Catch you guys next time. Peace.